My name is Mark Romaine. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Global Partners. I spoke to you at the June 18th meeting, and I want to be absolutely clear. The board was misled. Not just on the dollars at stake, but on the structure of the deal itself. Global Partners offered the Commonwealth a guaranteed $1.5 billion in rent. Applegreen, their rent is variable based on future performance and funding they don't yet have. Their guaranteed minimum, just $623 million. That's a $900 million gap, and that number could fall further. Why? Because Applegreen inserted a clause in their proposal stating that if they're forced to pay local property taxes, they'll reduce the rent that they pass up to the state, a move that could cost another $48 million in lost public revenue. Mr. Bosworth never disclosed that to the board. As a reminder, Bosworth called Global's numbers unreliable during that meeting. But again, I emphasize that our numbers are guaranteed, $1.5 billion. It doesn't matter what happens to fuel volumes. It doesn't matter what happens to consumer behavior. We will deliver. Applegreen's rent is entirely variable. The Globe called us for comment on the fact that MassDOT scored Applegreen higher on rent than Global. How is that possible? Because KPMG reviewed them? KPMG, a company with deep ties to Blackstone that were never disclosed. But the issue's even deeper than rent. In the final days before the deadline, the RFP was quietly changed behind closed doors and without explanation. The lease term was extended from 30 to 35 years. We had actually requested the lease term be reduced to 25 years, and the requirement for a parent guarantee was removed entirely. That change was not discussed publicly, it was not shared with the board, and it fundamentally alters the risk profile of this deal. Why does that matter? Because removing the parent guarantee made the project more attractive, not to long-term operators, but to private equity, to firms like Blackstone, who own Applegreen and who are structured to extract value, not to build it. The risk that was once borne by the operator is now squarely on the backs of the Massachusetts taxpayers.